Well, hello everyone. I'm Ann Metcalf, and this is my Facebook chat, Conscious Eating, Conscious Living. And today we're looking at squashes and Halloween and how did those two get put together? And so, uh, just looking at squashes, we're heading into the cold season, late fall and winter. And there's a wide variety of squashes and also many recipes for us to play with during this fall and winter season. And those fall soups and stews, they provide that warmth and comfort uh, to get us through those cold days. I know I love a bowl of um, squash in the stew or in the soup. And actually, squash, it's grown like a vegetable, but it's actually a fruit because it comes from a flower and it contains seeds. And there's over 100 winter and summer varieties you've got of the summer and the winter. The summer ones we eat in the summer, like the zucchini and the pattypans and the yellow squash. And there's one called kusa and the chayote. Um, and the winter varieties have quite a few. You've got the green and the red kabocha. You've got the buttercup. There's one called the delicata, butternut, carnival, acorn, the Hubbard squash, and there's a red curry and a spaghetti squash, sugar pumpkin, honey nut, white acorn, and the turban, which is kind of an interesting one with a little knob on the top. And most of these can be roasted, steamed, or baked. And the winter squashes like butternut, acorn, and spaghetti and kabocha, they're nutrient dense and they include a wide variety of beneficial compounds. You've got vitamin A, beta carotene, you've got vitamin C, vitamin E, and that apparently vitamin E helps the cells from oxidative stress or damage. You've got fiber. It's abundant in fiber, which supports our digestion and that feeling of fullness, minerals, potassium, and magnesium, calcium, zinc, and antioxidants. It's rich in carotenoids, which is that beta carotene, lutein, and a zeaxanthin, which help neutralize the free radicals. So that's kind of the nutrient part of the squash. And what do we do with one of those? Is the pumpkin. And uh, now we've got just a few more days until Halloween. And, and if you don't want to try the Halloween in terms of carving, I'm going to go into a little bit of the history and different squashes. It's a vegetable without the seeds, and it's more challenging. You've got root vegetables like beets, potatoes, celery root, turnips, and a rutabaga. And that makes a delightful, ghoulish, or charming Halloween jack-o'-lantern. And remember to save the carved parts of the rutabaga or the potato, put them in your soup. In Ireland and other parts of Europe, turnips were carved as a way to keep away evil spirits. And Ireland didn't have pumpkins or metal lanterns, but they had a surplus of turnips and potatoes and beets. And it's most likely part of the pagan festival called Samhain, which is marked the beginning of winter. Ancient Celts believed that during Samhain, the veil between the living and the dead was the thinnest, and making a brilliant lantern would light the way in the dark, and to scare away those potentially wandering spirits. It was celebrated on November 1st marking the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. The Irish folklore originates from a story about a man named Jack, also known as Stingy Jack, who tricked the devil and was cursed to roam the earth in the eternal night with only a burning coal for his light. And Jack placed the coal into a carved out turnip and carried it as his lantern, roaming the earth forever. Other European countries now include pumpkin carving, which originated actually in the United States when the Irish and the Scots immigrated, bringing some of their customs with them. And in countries like Ireland, the UK, Germany, and Scandinavia, Halloween celebrations have grown in recent decades, and pumpkins are now widely available in stores in October, adding to just kind of the seasonal celebrations that we have. And I've got some photos on my Facebook page on these wonderful alternatives of turnips and beets that are a little more, you have to be more adept in the carving because there's no seeds in them. So there's no hollowing out the seeds, which you can with a pumpkin. And so that's kind of the history of the pumpkin carving, where it came from. So, I always think it's good to be a little enlightened why we have these customs. I mean, nowadays there's the trick or treat aspect of it. And I encourage you to hand out healthier treats. Um, you can stay away from the chocolate and go to chips. You can go to popcorn, different things like that. In the old, when I was a kid, we would get candied apples, and our family would make gingerbread men. Mom would bake these beautiful gingerbread men, and then we would come home from school and decorate with them icing, and we would hand out those kinds of things. And it just made somebody gave out hot dogs, somebody gave out popcorn balls. But nowadays, with food security, with unfortunate people who would put dangerous things in the food, we've gone to the packaged food, which is safer. And can we make it healthier? So just have fun waving your jack-o'-lanterns and you're carving your pumpkins, and just have a wonderful time in your neighborhood. Oh, and there's our little jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, have fun. It's Halloween. And uh, smile with as all those little kids. And sometimes I get teenagers, and I welcome them as well, because we need to remember and and laugh with them as they come to the door, and spread your smiling energy, and just enjoy. And we'll see you next week. Thank you. Ooh.